this pastor for a decade, and some of the songs that I would sing, like I hated country music, except for that one song, "Will the Circle Be Unbroken," because I grew up listening to it. My mom listened to it, and some of my songs, they started sounding like country music. I was like, "What is going on, man? I don't want my songs to sound like this." And I think it's because God said that He's going to give me songs to release the brokenhearted and, bring healing to people. So it's not even about me creating a song. The songs of the Lord, sometimes they would sound like country music. And it just baffled me, because I do not like country music, man. But now it's like, I don't even care. If there's oil on it, I like it. If there's no oil on it, I don't care how fancy it is. It just feels like a waste of space, man. I learned quickly that skill doesn't mean anointing. It's like, because I could learn to do all those solos and stuff, like on my guitar, and then I was trying to lead worship, and there was like zero anointing on it. The anointing was on basic chord progressions, like G, D, E minor, C, and then very, very basic lyrics. It didn't have to be all fancy and stuff like that, rhyming. It's just, I just wanted to pour out my heart to God, where I could spend more time focusing on God than on, what did I just do? I glued an acorn to the tree. It was more anointed to be more childlike than a pro guitar player. And so I went from doing solos and screaming, because I came from a scream band, to just doing basic chord progressions. No solo, nothing fancy, just something so easy that I don't have to concentrate on it, and I would just get thrown into these ecstasies in the presence of God. But when I try to control it, it would turn into this performance. And God wasn't into performance. He was into He wanted my heart. He was into my heart. And that's what He wanted from His people too. He wanted to meet them in the secret place, in the heart place, the inner man, so that He can pour His love into us. When we open up our heart, He pours His love from His heart into our heart, and then we get filled with the Spirit. But if I'm busy doing all these fleshly things, well, that's not going to do anything. The flesh profits nothing. I even had a dream one time where there was this beautiful bass, and all I had to do was just put my finger on the bass string, and it would sing these beautiful, beautiful songs. It was heavenly. And then in the dream I was like, no, I don't want to play that. I wanted to play this song right now though. So I would try to control it, and whenever I tried to control it, it would go out of tune. It wasn't beautiful anymore. It sounded fleshly. Help me. And that was basically God rebuking me, saying, son, just get your hand off and let my hand be on. Because if your flesh hand is on, that's what people are going to get, is flesh. But when God puts His hand on something, you just get out of the way and let God be God. I am kind of lost here. We're got to go to the second shrine thing. And that works. That works for me, man. I'd rather have the presence of God with a cloak of humility that looks like dirty rags than be it all beautiful and put together in the flesh, but zero anointing and nobody getting set free, nobody encountering God. I actually lost my anointing from one worship leader, a well-meaning worship leader, saying, because I was worshiping and then I started crying and stuff like that, and they rebuked me, saying, well, you can worship like that at home. When you're here, you have to lead the people. And so I took their advice and I started focusing on the people. Okay, let's all rise. Let's lift our hands. Let's do this. Let's do that. And I wasn't focused on the Lord anymore. I was focused on the people. And I lost the anointing for 1 month by obeying a well-meaning worship leader who was just, no, it was Saul's armor. It didn't fit me. The only thing that worked for me was when I focus on Jesus and surrender my heart, mind, and if I cry, I cry. Too bad. If it's scaring away new believers, like, you know, aw. What? Somebody falling in love with Jesus scares you? Oh wow, they're so in love that tears are rolling down their face. It must be the devil. What goes on in people's minds, man? All right, here let's feast. We need the fruit of the Spirit. We need genuine relationships with God, not these like friendly. What do you call it? Seeker friendly? Not seeker friendly to God, but seeker friendly to the flesh. Nah, man. We're supposed to be the church of the living God, not the dead one in a building. So I quickly repented. We'll only get a quarter of a heart for those. I'm gonna save those mushrooms. No bitterness. It was eye-opening. I'll just have one of those and a nut. Nut fish. Alright, good enough. Ooh, yeah! Look at these. These are the speed mushrooms. Walk around super fast. Come on, man. So I'm going to the... Which one am I going to, man? Purple. Rolling. Oh, I missed that firefly. I think that's where I'm going. Ja! Come on, man. Okay, let's take this guy out. Let's give him a bad day. One shot? Wow, those guys suck.